The 2025 ATP Finals concluded with an atmosphere that reflected the high-level competitiveness Jannik Sinner has carried throughout the season. For the Italian, the tournament was not only another opportunity to demonstrate elite performance, but also a continuation of the journey that has defined his sporting year. Once the high-pressure environment of Turin ended, Sinner shifted into a different rhythm, one that allowed him to step away briefly from the constant demands of the Tour. In the days immediately following the ATP Finals, Sinner made a short but purposeful transition to Dubai, known for its mix of luxury infrastructure and privacy-friendly settings. Dubai has become a popular destination for athletes seeking to decompress. For Sinner, the move offered a chance to reconnect with his off-court world. Before preparing for the next phase of the season, accompanying him on this brief Dubai visit was Laila Hasanovic, the model who has been a consistent presence in Sinner's personal life over the past year. While the pair have never leaned into public displays of their relationship, the moments that do surface often reveal balance, age-appropriate maturity, and a steady partnership. Their Dubai outing reflected exactly that dynamic. This report examines the rare, clear, and calmly presented moment in which Sinner displayed a more relaxed side of himself, enjoying a quiet candlelight dinner in a large luxury hotel with Hasanovic. It provides structured insights without dramatization, focusing on factual observation, athlete lifestyle balance, and the environment in which the evening took place. The ATP Finals serve as a psychological and physical endpoint for many players. The level of intensity required to compete in the year-end championships is magnified. Every opponent is top 10 caliber, every match demands precision, and the media attention peaks. For Sinner, the finals carried additional significance. Not only was he competing on familiar soil in Italy, but he also carried the expectations of a nation and the global tennis audience. The emotional and physical strain of back-to-back high-pressure matches requires a decompression window. Dubai, in this case, provided exactly that. Athletes often choose locations that offer high privacy standards, access to security-controlled hotel environments, limited paparazzi interference, world-class service and facilities. Short travel routes from Europe. Dubai checks each of those boxes. Following his final commitments in Turin, press duties, sponsor obligations, and post-event meetings, Sinner departed quietly for the Emirates. His schedule in Dubai was intentionally minimal. The goal was recovery, both physical and mental, before training for the next stretch of the season. This is the background context for the evening dinner that gained attention, not because of spectacle, but because it displayed the side of Sinner not commonly visible during competition weeks. Sinner and Hasanovic checked into one of Dubai's well-known large luxury hotels located in one of the city's iconic districts. The venue was identifiable by its expansive lobby architecture, characterized by polished marble floors, high ceilings, and broad panoramic views of the coastline and skyline. The environment is often chosen by international athletes because it offers discreet entry points, private dining options, secure access floors, and wider suites designed for extended stays. This setting provides an immediate shift in atmosphere. The contrast between the ATP Finals locker room and the Dubai hotel environment would have been stark. Instead of intensity and crowds, there were controlled lighting, temperature-regulated hallways, quiet corridors, limited guest access, private elevators, dedicated staff. This is the environment where Sinner was seen showing a rare sense of ease, something he rarely displays on tour due to his focused, composed, competitive demeanor. Hasanovic's presence added to this shift. As someone familiar with the demands placed on high-profile athletes, she often appears grounded and composed during public outings. The pair's entrance into the hotel restaurant later that evening aligned with the tone they have maintained through their relationship: calm, respectful, understated, and organized. The hotel's dining terrace, where Sinner and Hasanovic were seated, is built to provide a secluded dining experience. Employees of the venue have described similar setups in the past: open-air seating, warm lighting, sound-softening panels, and an unobstructed view of Dubai's night skyline. Their table was positioned with enough distance from the central guest area to ensure minimal interruptions. The candlelight arrangement added a soft, warm glow, an aesthetic chosen not for dramatics but for standard hospitality ambience. The lighting was placed to maintain a calm environment without drawing attention. Decor elements included Neutral tone table settings, modern cutlery design, a structured glass centerpiece, low height floral arrangement, single flame candles placed in heat-proof holders, subtle overhead lighting to ensure visibility without glare. The surrounding architecture included towering glass walls and a partially open terrace that allowed clear sightlines toward Dubai's high-rise structures. The movement of the city lights reflected off the water, features placed around the dining deck, adding to the hotel's distinctive nighttime atmosphere. For a player like Sinner, who spends most evenings during the season in either hotels, player lounges, or training rooms, this environment offered a controlled but refreshing change of pace. The most notable observation from the Dubai dinner was the version of Sinner that appeared there. The Italian is known globally for his discipline, reserved nature, and professional focus. His public interviews often remain concise, respectful, and centered on sport. In Dubai, however, observers noted several shifts: more expressive communication style, while still composed. Sinner displayed a lighter tone, a more natural conversational rhythm, and visible comfort in the environment. Reduced competitive posture, his shoulders sat lower, his posture more relaxed, reflecting a rare unguarded moment. Personal ease, he appeared attentive and present, demonstrating the capacity to transition mentally from tour demands into everyday life. None of these observations imply dramatization, they simply reflect a normal, human response to stepping out of high-performance mode. This calmer presence aligns with how many athletes behave after the season's most intense periods. The contrast between tournament focus and personal downtime is necessary for long-term career sustainability. Hasanovic's presence likely contributed to this comfort. She has consistently remained low-profile during Sinner's matches, avoiding unnecessary attention or public statements. Their balance appears to be supported by respect for privacy, shared understanding of public scrutiny, mature handling of media presence, consistent boundaries around personal life. This controlled, grounded approach allows Sinner to maintain his professional identity while enjoying a private personal life. Hasanovic's presence at the dinner offered insight into the supportive dynamic shared between the two. As a public figure herself, she understands the requirements of controlled environments, respectful conduct, and maintaining boundaries when cameras are present. At the dinner table, her demeanor was composed and consistent with her previous appearances: poised posture, grounded interaction style, and attentiveness without theatrics. Observers noted that she maintained a calm pace in conversation, often leaning slightly forward during exchanges, indicating engagement but not spectacle. Her contribution to the evening reportedly included maintaining a stable emotional environment, keeping discussions balanced and light, reinforcing the transition into an off-season mode, creating space for Sinner to decompress. This section does not romanticize or dramatize their relationship. Instead, it recognizes observable behavioral norms that contribute to an athlete's mental stability. Partnerships that function with balanced expectations often allow elite athletes to recover more effectively from high-stress competition cycles. Hasanovic's presence appears to support Sinner's broader sense of rhythm, nothing exaggerated, simply grounded. The candlelight dinner consisted of a multi-course setup typical of top-tier Dubai hotel dining programs. The food presentation, while of high quality, followed standard fine dining procedure. Candlelight was used primarily for ambience, not symbolic meaning. The atmosphere included controlled background music, moderate table spacing, staff trained for discreet service, timed course delivery to avoid interruption, natural airflow from the terrace. Structure reports indicate the pair enjoyed a starter course designed with fresh regional ingredients, a main course chosen from the hotel's European-influenced menu, light hydration and non-alcoholic beverages, a small dessert designed for two, though shared in a casual, non-performative manner. Nothing about the dinner suggested dramatics or staged imagery. Instead, it reflected a private, structured meal between two individuals accustomed to public attention and therefore comfortable maintaining a neutral, composed presence. The candlelight aesthetic simply matched the hotel's standard presentation: warm, minimalistic, and suited for quiet conversation rather than spectacle. The hotel's broader atmosphere contributed significantly to the tone of the evening. Instead of crowds or noise, the pair experienced soft-spoken staff, a near-silent terrace, distant city sounds muffled by architectural design, privacy screens strategically placed around perimeter tables, controlled